que esté buscando y no tira finalmente. Tira el jab y tú estás el low kick. Lo frena, la frena muy bien con el front kick.
Let's take a look at the shots that cut the right eye of Lloveras. 2 punches right there, and then here's some of the body work. Gritz slips a punch, one of the only he's probably slipped in this fight, but beautiful body work from Gritz. Both guys really attacking each other downstairs.
And on the back end of that replay, the left hook for Lloveras, which stunned Gritzmacher. So, early shot here for Lloveras in this third and final round.
Looks like it caught Gritz by surprise. He defended it well initially. Lloveras creating a scramble here, and there you can look at the strength of Gritzmacher. Nice scramble.
So not a terrible strategy for Lloveras to mix it up at the beginning of round 3, but it did not work out.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the cardio of Gritzmacher. I mean, you know, high-paced fight, a lot of output. He's taking a ton of body shots. Nice elbow there inside the clinch. Lloveras hips a little high. And again, that's the second time Gritz has grabbed that fence to stop a takedown and then ultimately end up in this position. Now Lloveras has got 1 hook in. We'll see if he can get the second.
And those type of fence grabs are the most frustrating because the takedown could potentially materialize and all you get to win.
Yeah, look, I mean, this guy's trying to take this fight to where he has an advantage. You know, he's, I think, behind in the scorecards from striking, although the second round was close. That could have gone to Lloveras, especially with that final left hook stunning Gritz. The judges saw it.
Swing elbow there by Lloveras. Appeared to graze the target.
I like that John Crouch told his fighter, we need round 3. He didn't tell him he was up 2 rounds. He said, we need round 3. You got to go out there and win it. You can see Gritz is going after it right now. Nice hitting the body for Lloveras.
And ultimately tonight, the goal for both of these fighters coming off the Ultimate Fighter, making their UFC debut, is to try to sort of earn a longer-term roster spot and really get after it. And right now, Gritzmacher's doing it with 3 minutes to go.
Gritz is on an 11-fight win streak. Lloveras has got nearly 30 fights, and these guys are fighting their heart out. Excellent fight, good technique. You can see how important this is to both of these men. And Gritz just stays busy, even in the in-between areas of the fight. Small clinch, transitional spaces, making him pay in different positions. Huge takedown attempt here for Lloveras. 2.5 minutes left. He wants to... That's a big finish takedown there for Lloveras. We'll see if he can maintain top control. But immediately Gritz pushes down the head, switches feet, and he's back up. Nicely done from Gritzmacher.
Lloveras has had to work exceedingly hard for those takedowns, and when they have materialized, just hasn't done much with them. Just over 2 minutes now to go to decide this one.
And again, these in-between spaces, Gritz is finding ways of making him pay and hitting him. And a lot of that is what's avoiding some of these takedowns. Not just takedown defense technically, but he's finding ways to defend the takedown and hurt him. Punish him for doing so. Lloveras has got to find a way to create some space here. He does best when he's got his range. We're back to work on the body on Gritz.
Big deep breath by Lloveras. As he continues to circle with his back to the fence. Lands a knee, but not a ton behind it.
Hit Gritz twice on his entry. I mean, Gritz just looks like Pac-Man out there eating pellets with punches. I mean, they don't even bother. His head barely moves as he gets hit.
Cornrows kind of look like a Pac-Man board, so I thought that's what he was. Jab for Gritzmacher. And he doesn't discriminate. Mixes it up beautifully inside and outside of that lead leg.
Yeah, Lloveras is going to need a stiff drink tonight to walk on that leg.
Under a minute now to go.
This is what Gritz does. You watch his older fights prior to the UFC. He wears guys down. It doesn't look physically like a guy with tremendous cardio, but guys like this surprise you. It's not always the guys that are totally shredded, full of muscles, that can go at a high pace. You can hear the corner of Gritzmacher telling him they want to finish him. They want him to make a statement.
Both guys still fighting very hard, grueling pace to this one. Yoveris officially wearing it at this point in time, but continuing to throw offense down the stretch.
Tons of heart. True that he's tried all kinds of different things. He's just really struggled to get Grit down on the ground and carry forward momentum on the feet. Oh, big right hand, left hook combination, and a high kick landed by Yoveris.
What's up there, guys?
Man, what a fight.
Yeah, really nice job by Abner Yoveris and Chris Gritzmacher, putting it all out there in their UFC debuts. The High Performance Highlight is sponsored by NOS. Drink NOS with Complex 6 for enhanced mental focus and high performance energy.
And there are plenty to choose from this fight. And here's the combination that cut the eye of Yoveris. Here's Yoveris looking for a rear naked choke. Looked like he may have snuck that right forearm underneath, but Grits just shakes him off. Fights his way out of position. And then here, beautiful slip, big body punch there. And then Yoveris would hit him with that right hook and tag him. Great fight, great performance, both guys.
All right, the official decision is coming your way next. The FS1 Ultimate Fighter finale prelims off and running here on a Friday night. Stay with us. At the venue now, here's Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Chris Gritzmacher.
I'm here with your winner, Chris Gritzmacher. You waited a long time for this UFC debut, man. It materialized and you took full advantage. Great fight tonight. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel great right now. It really has been a long time coming, and I thought about this moment a million times before it happened, and honestly, I've never felt better. This is better than what I thought it was going to be. This ended up being a great night for me.
How did it feel walking into the octagon compared to previous pro fights? Certainly the stakes are higher tonight. First fight of the night.
Oh, I was amped. This is the best feeling I've ever had. I was sitting in the back, and I finally got to pick some music that was my music, and I got to walk out to it. I mean, it was unreal, man. This is living the dream. I'm living the dream right now. It feels great.
Very quickly, for your next UFC appearance, big weekend here for the featherweight division. You going back down to 145 pounds or not necessarily?
I would like to, but if I got to do another one at 55 before I get to 45, whatever. As long as they keep me around, keep fighting, I'm happy to do it.
Great to have you here where you belong. Go enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Chris Gritzmacher.
And it has been a long road for that young man, overcome some really tough injuries, but a very proud day. And now that's 12 wins in a row for Chris Gritzmacher. A lot he's going to learn from that matchup, but a very, very fun fighter to watch. Blue collar win, and they don't make him much tougher.
All right, well, later tonight, all eyes will be on Chad Mendes in our featherweight main event. His bond with his father has certainly been well chronicled, and Mendes continues to derive a lot of inspiration from his old man.
I know for a fact my dad's made so many sacrifices. I don't know how the hell he would do it, but he would go to wrestling tournaments, and he'd be sitting there in the bleachers, I'd be curled up underneath his legs, trying to sleep in between matches, and he would sit there all damn day just for me. I mean, I'm 5, 6, 7 years old. It just means a lot to have him there, teaching me, coaching me, and being the guy that I've always looked up to. I think the most important lesson my dad's taught me is probably just, perseverance. My senior national trip, I lost second round, and I remember being so pissed off that I got caught. At that point, I seriously was just like, I'm done. I don't even want to finish this tournament. And my dad, talked me into it.
I would just tell him, I said, hey, we're going to just buckle down, and we're going to learn this, and we're going to come back better and stronger, and you're going to win it. He had the ability to do it. He just needed someone to tell him that he could do it.
And took it to heart. Like I said, I came back and won 10 matches in a row and placed third. And, that's definitely something I'll never forget.
Mendes, long considered one of the best fighters in the UFC.
Transition from being a stud wrestler to just blowing through competition in the octagon.
accomplishments that Chad's made. It's amazing. How many people go that far in life? I'm very proud of him.
You know, you go through a tough fight, you lose. You know, sometimes my dad just gives me the old head nod, like, you know what to do. And like I said, it's not how you act when you win, it's how you act when you lose.
And we welcome you to our broadcast position for the first time tonight. Jon Anik, Mike Side, Brian Stan. So Chad Mendes once again finds himself with the spotlight on him twice. He is challenged for the featherweight title, 4th consecutive UFC main event here tonight.
I'll tell you what, just a super athlete and a guy who's really grown into a tremendous mixed martial artist. He's dangerous everywhere, whether it's on the feet, he can knock you out. If he gets you down, he gets on top of you, just unloads with heavy power in every single position. And that second fight with Jose Aldo for the featherweight title was one for the ages. And the best fight, personally, I've ever been a part of and ever called. And his heart is on fire. He wants another shot. He knows he's got to beat Frankie Edgar to get through it, but he is hungry to be a champion, and he's still pretty young in the sport. Yeah. You know, he's not a guy who's been doing this for years and years and years. He still feels like he's improving in this game and has a lot more to go.
And this is a fight that he really wanted against Frankie Edgar. Ask and you shall receive. That's the main event coming up later. And here's a look at the main card, top to bottom. 6 fights all told, including the Ultimate Fighter final between Artem Lobov and Ryan Hall.
All I've got to say is Joe Lozon. Anytime that guy fights, it's going to be a bonus-worthy performance. Him and Evan Dunham, 2 guys that are going to get after. Edson Barboza versus Tony Ferguson is going to be a ridiculous display of martial arts technique and ferocity. And then the 2 totally different styles between Artem Lobov and Ryan Hall is going to be a very interesting chess match.
So the Ultimate Fighter finale main card follows us. 10 o'clock Eastern on FS1. All right, coming up next should be a good one in the flyweight division. Albuquerque, New Mexico's Joby Sanchez looking to move to 8-1. Tonight, he takes on that man, the short notice replacement, Gian Herrera, filling in for an injured Justin Scoggins. The 125-pounders make the walk after this. Shop Harley for badness sake, just like flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson. Give the ultimate gift of Harley-Davidson Riding Academy and learn to ride together. Visit your dealer today and start your 2-wheel journey of freedom. Check out h-d.com/riding academy. Almost. Middle show of 3 this weekend for the UFC as we welcome you back to Las Vegas for the Ultimate Fighter finale prelims inside the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. All right, moving on now with live preliminary action in the UFC flyweight division. And here entering the octagon on short notice, the super talented Gian Herrera has a second chance to make a first impression when he battles fellow up-and-comer Joby Sanchez. 2 card-carrying members of the next generation of flyweights in the UFC, Joby Sanchez and Gian Herrera have the skills and will to steal the show as they look to make their mark in their final bout of the year. Following a decision win over Tateki Matsuda, Sanchez wants to get back to his finishing ways against Herrera. For the Albuquerque product, either a submission or knockout will do. The 25-year-old Herrera is just as hungry for a statement win following a hard-fought decision loss to Ray Borg in his octagon debut in August. And a triumph here over Sanchez will be the perfect way for the talented Floridian to close out 2015. Coming up next, Gian, the revolutionary warrior, takes on Joby Sanchez. Well, here's a guy, Gian Herrera, that had been on Sean Shelby's radar for quite some time. An opening came up earlier this year, and he had to fight Ray Borg on short notice there. I believe it was in Nashville, Tennessee. Went the distance, and you know, I thought he showed a lot in that fight, despite being largely dominated. Borg didn't give him a lot of room with which to work, but I think you'll see the real Gian Herrera here tonight.
I agree. I mean, to take on a guy like Ray Borg is a stud. To take him on short notice and have that as your debut is a tough matchup for anybody. Anyone in this division fighting Ray Borg on short notice is going to have a difficult time with him. Like you said, I mean, this kid's a very good athlete. He's got excellent technique. He's still a very much a growing fighter, but again, this is pretty short notice as well. And I mean, that's sometimes what it takes. You got to think he's been in the gym. He has certainly evolved in his training. You know, not just training in Florida now, training under Robert Drysdale. That's going to open some doors for this young man, and we're going to get a look, like you said, at the real Gian Herrera. Is he in shape? Is he ready to go at a high pace? Because Joby Sanchez is going to come in here and really look to put the pressure on him.
So a second consecutive short notice start here for Gian Herrera tonight, replacing an injured Justin Scoggins. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, 5 wins by submission and 1 by knockout or TKO. All those finishes coming in the first round. And you're right, the stamina does bear watching tonight because he was training, but he weighed 147 pounds when he got the call less than 2 weeks ago. So had to shave off 20 plus pounds. Here he is, closing though as a slight favorite tonight against Joby Sanchez.
Now, and I watched his previous fights in RFA, and I'll tell you what, you see a very, very talented prospect when he's had time to prepare.
So here's Joby Sanchez, 7-1, representing Jackson Winklejohn MMA. Brandon Gibson in his corner. And, you know, when I asked Brandon Gibson a couple weeks ago, maybe several weeks ago, to give me a dark horse inside that camp that nobody's talking about, he keeps bringing up this guy, Joby Sanchez.
Hey, he's a talented, talented kid. Came to them a really good striker. What they've added now is volume, footwork, and then now he's becoming more well-rounded. He had some decent grappling, but he's blending everything together a little bit. When I had a chance to speak to him, you know, he debuted in a very tough fight as well, taking out Wilson Hayes.
Short notice.
At short notice, he says, hey, Joby Sanchez now beats Wilson. And now, he could say that I want Wilson's still a very, very tough fighter, but that's the confidence that Joby Sanchez is walking into the octagon with tonight. He feels that this short nose replacement, that Herrera, is actually a more fun fight for him. He can open up more against his style.
Third UFC appearance for Joby Sanchez. You mentioned his UFC debut last August against Wilson Hayes. Followed that up this January with a split decision victory over Tateki Matsuda. His first distance win. 6 of his 7 pro wins he has finished. 3 by knockout or TKO, the other 3 by way of submission. Sanchez also a certified EMT. At one point, a state wrestling runner-up in his native New Mexico, and by the way, still just 24 years old. So 2 young and talented flyweights share the octagon here tonight, Vegas. All right, our tale of the tape is sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. 2 young men here, Joby Sanchez, 24. Gian Herrera is 25. Sanchez 1 inch taller. Sanchez weighed 125 pounds. Herrera taking advantage of that 1 pound allowance. And there will be a 2-inch reach advantage with Joby Sanchez. Now we go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 8 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 126 pounds. Fighting out of Tampa, Florida, Gian the Revolutionary Herrera! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 7 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Joby Sanchez! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Chris Tione.
Gian Herrera, minus 130 favorite against the even money underdog, Joby Sanchez.
Ready, sir? Ready? Here we go. Fight!
And with that touch of the gloves, we are underway. Sanchez in the white trunks, Herrera pressing forward, wearing the black.
Sanchez feels like Herrera's style is a much more fun matchup for him. Herrera coming in on short notice, replacing Justin Scoggins. Sanchez also said he's been working a lot this camp and becoming a great body puncher. We'll see how quick he goes downstairs to attack the body of Gian Herrera.
Herrera told me he was 147 pounds when he got the call that Justin Scoggins was injured and was able to make the weight without much issue, but the stamina certainly will bear watching if we go into the latter rounds here.
Looks to be in solid shape. He's made some switch-ups in his training, not just training in Tampa, Florida now. You can see Robert Drysdale in his corner. tremendous athlete. And coming in on short notice against Ray Borg, he really showed tremendous potential in that fight. And Borg is tough. He's a very, very tough competitor, 125 pounds, very technical, solid everywhere. That is a very difficult fight to take on short notice for a young fighter especially.
Herrera, for a long time, the consensus best flyweight in the state of Florida, was biding his time waiting for a call from the UFC, and now it's come twice on short notice. Sanchez trying to move into striking range.
He's doing a nice job working high and low in these combinations. First punch to the head, then going to the body, coming back upstairs, and then immediately angling off as well, so he's not there for the counter strikes. Ooh, he eats that right hand. That's one of the difficulties when you try and dig that left hook to the liver. Sometimes you get caught in front of your opponent, you can eat that counter right hand. Oh, big punches there from Herrera. Nicely done. Sanchez flung out that front kick and just did it a little bit too lazy as he eats another knee.
Sanchez still out of striking range as he circles.
Nice counter right-hander by Sanchez, but notice when he starts to use his lateral movement and he looks to exit, his level raises up significantly. His chin gets higher. He's got to be careful. If Herrera sees that, cuts him off, starts to throw some overhand right to the left hooks. We've seen a lot of guys get clipped if they're back against the fence as they're trying to circle and their level gets high.
Left hook by Sanchez, but the guard was up for Herrera.
Definitely better boxing defense from Herrera from what I saw on tape. Watching some of his old RFA tapes, his fight against Josh Ray, he was more susceptible to straight punches. He's been able to parry and slip some here tonight, although he ate that last jab from Sanchez.
Just over 2 minutes to go in round one.
You can see Sanchez ripping up the body, landing two nice punches there. Really a game of volume right now and output for Sanchez. Moving, setting up, hitting, trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, nice.
And that's the difficult move there. Coming on a short notice, it's going to be hard to keep up with that volume. Nice job by Sanchez, ducking that hook and exiting out.
Brandon Gibson, a coach who you've worked with in the past there at Jackson Winks, really feels like he has something in Joby Sanchez. Good test in front of him tonight. Herrera goes upstairs, nothing there.
And he was another guy in this weight division who made a tough debut. Wilson Hayes is a tough out in this division to come in on short notice and fight him in your first fight. He showed a lot of promise in that fight. Believes that now he's skilled enough to beat guys like that. And excellent footwork here from Joby Sanchez.
Sanchez, like a lot of kids in Albuquerque, New Mexico, saw Diego Sanchez on season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter. For Sanchez, that was when he was 13 years old and has essentially been working towards this UFC goal ever since.
Another nice body shot by Joby Sanchez. When you get a guy coming there short notice, very smart for him to go to the body early.
Strikes attempted shows you that Sanchez has been the more active guy through 4+ minutes.
Now, Herrera's waiting a little bit, you know, and that's because of the footwork, the movement. You see, he's searching for that tie clincher. When you look at some of his old fights, he's very strong there. Throws guys around that position, lands some good shots. But he's struggling right now with the movement. He's following a little bit too much instead of cutting Sanchez off.
Overhand right is there for Sanchez. Herrera counters. Sanchez slips the guard with his jab.
And those feet have not stopped moving the entire round. Oh, missed the spinning back kick. Nice takedown by Herrera.
Beautiful work, buddy. Knocking them down. The only thing I want you, what did we work on? Jab, follow it up, this, okay? You don't have to take him down if you don't have to. If it's there, take him down. You understand? If you take him down, I need you listening to Robert.
Perfect job, Jin. Perfect job, Jin. Doing all the right things, man. We got this. We got this. Very relaxed. Good head movement, okay? You're winning all the exchanges, man. You're doing good. The takedown will be there again, okay? That was perfect. You finish the round on top. We won that one.
Listen, man, you just
Beautiful work, buddy.
Understand? Tomorrow, one of college basketball's biggest crosstown rivalries will be renewed as 23rd ranked Cincinnati takes on 12th ranked Xavier in the only top 25 matchup of the weekend. It all begins tomorrow at 5 Eastern, only on your local Fox affiliate. Late takedowns for Gian Herrera might have played a role, or at least had some impact with the judges after Sanchez rallied back towards the second half of that round.
Well, the strike counter had Sanchez ahead by about 20 strikes, so Herrera, I don't rest my laurels on that late takedown. Nice combination there, though, from Herrera, who wasn't breathing heavy, so his cardio's held up. So let's see if he opens up a little bit more here in round 2. He lands a big left hook there that may have stunned Joby.
He certainly appears to have the power advantage. He's been a little bit heavy on his feet.
And lands another nice counter right hand. He's starting to catch Joby Sanchez's timing. Now he's beginning to punch with him. Instead of waiting to counter at the end of the combination, he's punching with him. Smart adjustments now here made by Gian Herrera. Nice left hook. Beautiful timing there by Herrera. Caught Sanchez on his way in.
Beautiful shot by Herrera.
Sanchez landed a nice jab, snapped Herrera's head back, and he still came back and landed a right hand with that kind of power. Impressive.
And that right hand of Gian Herrera opened up a cut on the forehead close to the hairline of Joby Sanchez.
And he's starting to really settle into this fight now and get his timing. Eats a right hand there, but then again lands a left hook. These guys trading shots now. Here Herrera's boxing coach telling him, let him walk in, let him walk in. He knows his fighter has his timing.
It's always interesting in a venue this intimate because you can hear both corners, and conceivably they can hear the opposite corner as well.
And you're listening for that too as a fighter. You're listening to your coach. A lot of coaches nowadays will code their combinations and what they're talking about because they know fighters can hear it. Now, if you're Sanchez, huge front kick. And Sanchez coming right back.